What's up, Fit Rich fam? It's your host, Justin David Carl, aka Dragon, aka your favorite life alchemist. Welcome to yet another solo episode of the Fit Rich Life podcast. I'm still committed to growing as a solo podcaster and getting super confident doing it, so I'm putting in the reps. Just like putting in the reps at the gym to increase your strength, muscle mass, and skill for a specific exercise to proactively grow your muscles, you must put in the creative reps for a specific creative endeavor in order to grow that creative muscle. You gain confidence and skill through experience, so that's what I'm doing. I still have plenty of guest episodes in the works, but I'm committed to staying on my growth edge and consciously improving my solo podcasting by doing it. Learn and grow by doing it. This is the way. In this episode, I'm going to share how to fix your knee pain and build bulletproof knees that will take you through your 90s and beyond. I'm also going to share a powerful framework you can utilize to make a ton of money, along with the power of being in the right environment and having the right role models. Before we dig into this episode, a couple of notes. If you found value in this podcast, please consider sharing it with a friend and leaving me a 5-star rating on Spotify and Apple. This helps support the show and reach more people. We're all in this together, and when we do the work of fitness, money, and life together, we go so much farther, so much faster, and have so much more fun. If you enjoy your podcast entertainment on YouTube, I now release full video versions of the podcast, so check me out on YouTube and be sure to subscribe to my channel. I'm creating more content for YouTube, and your support is what makes the Fit Rich dream work. Lastly, if you'd like to get an actionable email with tips, tools, and strategies to take your fitness, money, and life to the next level, I send out an email every single week that will prime you to reach new levels in your fitness, money, and life. This is the kind of stuff I normally only share with my coaching clients in my high performance coaching program. You can join thousands of readers who are optimizing their fitness, money, and life. Sign up at fitrichlife.com/newsletter. No spam, just empowering AF and easy to unsubscribe if you decide it's not for you. All right, let's jump into the first section of this podcast, fitness. Build bulletproof knees by going backwards. Since I've entered my 40s, I've been focused on building my fitness for longevity and health span. I define health span as the length of time when you are physically able to do the physical activities that you enjoy. My goal is to be one of those jacked 90-year-olds who's at the gym giving the youngins a run for their money, hiking beautiful mountains, rollerblading through stunning urban settings like Stanford University campus, doing yoga, and playing sports well into my twilight years. One of the areas of the body that tends to give people trouble as they age is their knees. I can't tell you how many friends I have who are now in their 40s and they are severely limited in what physical activities they can do because their knees hurt. So if your knees hurt, or if your knees are incapable of doing the movement required by your favorite physical activities, then by default, you will not be able to do them, or at least not do them enjoyably if you're in pain. About a year ago, for the first time, I started experiencing pain in my right knee to the point where I couldn't do some of my favorite activities like cycling and stair climbing, so I went on a mission to solve this issue. Ultimately, what I found is that you have to have a regular weekly routine that keeps your knees in tip-top shape. My solution to building robust knees includes backward training in the following ways. During my 5 to 20 minute warm-up pre-strength training, I will do one of the following. I just do one per workout day. So, option 1, backward uphill walking. You can do this outside on a hill, or just do what I do and do it on a treadmill on an incline. Number 2, backward stair climbing. So I do this on a Stairmaster. Number 3, striding backward on an elliptical machine while facing forward. So the cool thing about elliptical machine, if you've never tried this, you can stride forward, like if you were to walk or run forward, but you can also stride backwards. So that is option 3. Option 4, backward cycling on a stationary bike. So I usually do this at home on my Peloton bike, but you can do this on pretty much any stationary bike. During the days that I strength train my legs, which is usually twice a week, I will do one or both of the following. Number 1, a backward sled pull. So I load it up as heavily as possible, and I'll do 2 to 3 sets of 20 reps per leg. So essentially that would be 40 steps if you're going to do 20 per side. So I basically just load up what is called... At my gym, we have this thing called a tank, and I just put a fuck ton of weight on the tank. Yesterday, I put 730 pounds on the tank, and I put the resistance up as high as it could go. And then I use a belt that has a chain, and I attach that to the tank, and then I just walk backwards. Now, if you don't have a belt available with a chain, you could either purchase this online. Amazon is your friend. Or you could literally just pull it backwards using your arms. Now, I like to save my strength for my arms for other workouts in the week. So I like to just load up the weight and then attach it to myself via a belt. And then I just walk backwards. So that's option number 1 during leg day. And then option number 2 is backward calf raises, aka tib raises with a tib bar, which is the reverse of a calf raise. So I usually do 2 to 3 sets of 20 to 30 reps, focusing on perfect form. So you can get a tib bar on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the show notes for you. But this is one of the tools that I've invested in this year, and it's really taken my knee strength to the next level. So almost every day I exercise, I incorporate some form of backward training for my knees. This usually happens, as I mentioned before, during the cardio warm-up portion of my workout before I start my strength training. So I always like to take 5 to 20 minutes just to warm up my body, like warming up an engine before you put it through the paces. So each training day, I'll do a different form of backward training for just a few minutes or a few sets. Again, out of all those options that I listed earlier, I just do one per day. When I'm warming up for my strength training by walking uphill on the treadmill, I will do 3 to 5 sets of 1 to 3 minutes of backward walking, usually at a 15% incline at 2 to 3 miles per hour. When I'm warming up on the Stairmaster, I'll do 3 to 5 sets of 1 to 3 minutes of backward climbing. So make sure you hold on to the bar on the side while you're climbing backwards until you get really comfortable doing this, because you could easily fall down the stairs on the Stairmaster if you're not careful. On the elliptical machine, I'll just stride in reverse for 3 to 10 minutes. During my leg training day, I always incorporate backward sled pull and or the tib raises with a tib bar within the strength training portion of the workout. So on leg day, I might do an additional kind of like one of those cardio warm-up backward training, or I might just do the backward sled pull or tib raises with the tib bar during the actual strength portion of my workout for that day. So if you don't want to invest in a tib bar, which again, it's super cheap, Amazon has a plenty of them. I'll put a link in the show notes, but you can also just do tib raises. Basically, you lean against a wall, and then you would scoot your feet out, keeping your knees straight, and then you would pull your toes towards your shins. And this is a tib raise. This is how you can do a tib raise against the wall. Don't need any equipment, and you just would do like 20 to 40 sets. And at first doesn't feel like much is happening. Then about 15 to 20 reps in, you're going to start to feel a burn in the front part of your shin, which is the front part of your calf. So by incorporating backward training, I'm thrilled to report that I haven't had any knee pain whatsoever since I started this protocol. If you'd like to join me in the fit as fuck 90-year-old club one day, definitely add backward training to your weekly fitness regimen. All right, before we dive into money, let me tell you about my shirt by One Golden Thread. So I'm wearing it right now. This is my favorite clothing brand. Their clothes are literally made from trees, and they plant a tree for every item purchased. They are incredibly fashionable, comfortable AF, truly sustainable, and a regenerative clothing brand because they are literally planting trees for every purchase. I'm currently wearing the crew neck right now. It's soft as fuck and it fits so good. I can wear it to the gym or I can wear it out on a date and it just looks like super fashionable. So some of my other favorites are the tree tank and also the V-neck tree shirt and the Kairos dusters, which is a spiritual hipster dream top layer. So I just wore it the other weekend to a concert I went to, and it kept me warm and looking stylish AF. I literally feel like an anime superhero when I wear the Kairos duster. It's also, if you're like a burner that goes to Burning Man, you'll see plenty of people wearing these dusters because they are just super hipster fashionable. So go to onegoldenthread.com to level up your style and comfort while also playing a part in the regeneration of Earth. Use code DRAGON11 at checkout to save 11% off every order. So that is DRAGON11 at checkout to save 11% off every order. All right, now let's talk about money. I'm going to share a framework to make a ton of money. And I think we all want to make a ton of money. I mean, who doesn't, right? So creative solutions to everyday problems that have plagued mankind for all time are how you can make a ton of money. Problems within the realms of health, wealth, happiness, and relationships are what I'm referring to here. If you can provide a unique and novel solution to these perennial problem areas, you will be paid incredibly well. You can solve at the organizational company level with a B2B solution, or you can solve at the individual level with a service, coaching, or B2C solution like a digital course. So B2B stands for business to business, B2C stands for business to consumer. At both levels, you can make a metric ton of money if your solution gets results. Personally, I've done this at the B2B level with my company Garten by helping companies with their employee experience, employee well-being, talent attraction, retention, and company culture by providing delicious, nutritious snack and catering programs for their most valuable asset, their people, along with in-office events and experiences. Everyone wants to eat well and have a workplace that provides high-value experiences that add to the positive experience of their work life. We all spend a third of our life at work, so the better our workplace is, the better our life is. The best companies with the best food programs and events always have the best culture while also attracting and keeping the best talent. And all the top companies are in a war for the best talent. So, did you know that a 500-person tech company spends about $1 million a year on snacks, on their snack program, and another $2.5 million a year on catering? That's $3.5 million a year on food alone, and doesn't factor in office events or other employee perks. I believe you'd agree with me, that is a lot of money. Personally, I had no idea how much money companies spent on snacks, catering, and other employee perks until I started working in the industry almost 10 years ago. Circling back on providing unique solutions to the perennial problems of health, wealth, and happiness, let's take a look at the individual level for the solo entrepreneurs out there. As a one-person business, a solo entrepreneur, I've done this at the individual level with my fitness, money, and life coaching program, Fit Rich Life Coaching, where I empower people to build the body of their dreams, achieve true financial success, and live their best life. I do this with a comprehensive and unique set of tools, strategic lifestyle makeover, fitness and nutrition programming, mindset upgrades, and more via a combination of one-on-one coaching, mastermind group coaching sessions, masterclass guest speakers, weekly check-ins, and more, all while holding members accountable to taking the small actions that lead to massive transformations in their fitness, money, and life. Fit Rich Life Coaching gets massive results at 10x the speed, and I have living testimonies from dozens of members that I've worked with. In turn, I get paid a lot of money to teach and rapidly guide people towards achieving their best body, mastering their money, and building a life they love, because who doesn't want to be fit, rich, and live their best life? I share these examples to showcase how I'm solving for health, wealth, and happiness at both the organizational level and the individual level. So as you build your organization or your solo entrepreneur endeavor, consciously consider what perennial problem area within health, wealth, relationships, and happiness you are solving for, and ensure that not only is it unique and novel, but that it also gets results. So here is the formula: perennial problem times unique solution with results equals a fuck ton of money. So you can use this framework to strategically build a business or an organization or create your own solo entrepreneur endeavor that provides a unique solution with results to one of the perennial problems of health, wealth, relationship, and happiness, and you can make a ton of money if you're able to accomplish that. All right, let's talk before we jump into the next session about my favorite protein powder, which is veg plant protein. So if you're watching the video version of this, I'm holding up a giant bag of the veg plant protein, the vanilla ice cream flavor. So it's 100% organic, has 25 grams of protein per serving. It's super high quality ingredients sourced from Whole Foods. It's heavy metal tested, which if you don't know, there's often heavy metals in a lot of protein powder. So you got to make sure there's heavy metal tested because you don't want that stuff to build up in your body. So this stuff mixes really well. It comes out thick AF. It does not have that chalky taste or, kind of feel chalky like a lot of the proteins out there. Plus, it tastes freaking so good. One of my favorite ways to have it is to mix the vanilla ice cream with frozen blueberries and ice and blend it up in a blender to make a blueberry vanilla ice cream shake. It tastes like dessert to me, and it's one of my favorite things to have after a gym workout. It serves as a great treat and a great reward for a good workout. Plus, it helps my body repair and grow those muscles. Head over to vegnutrition.com/dragon and use code DRAGON at checkout to get 15% off the veg plant protein, which comes in chocolate, vanilla ice cream, peanut butter chocolate flavor, and they even have a cold brew coffee flavor made with real coffee, literally 100 milligrams of caffeine from real coffee per serving that you can use to make a fit rich version of a Frappuccino that tastes even better than what you can get at the coffee shop. Plus, it's packed with muscle building protein. Veg Nutrition also has an incredibly powerful and delicious pre-workout that I use before every workout to be dialed in and get the most out of my workout. Go to vegnutrition.com/dragon and use code DRAGON to save on their full line of sports supplements. Veg Nutrition, live better. All right, let's talk about some life optimization. And the way I want you to think through this is, for optimizing life, you want to be in the right environment and have the right role models, because this makes all the difference. Looking back and connecting the dots, I'm now able to see how being in the right environment with the right role model has had a huge effect on my success and my lifestyle habits. When I decided I wanted to be a nightclub owner and I moved to Los Angeles and got a job as a Hollywood nightclub manager, I quickly realized there was a cap to my income as a nightclub manager, but I also realized that the people throwing the parties, the promoters, and the people bringing in the big spenders, the VIP hosts, were making crazy amounts of money with much less work. Within a year of entering the nightclub business, I strategically developed relationships with the big spenders and transitioned into VIP hosting, where I started to make buckets of cash every night. I'm literally talking $2,000 to $4,000 pure cash, and it was off the books and untaxed. The money was good as fuck, but I picked up a lot of bad habits, including the overconsumption of alcohol, marijuana, and excessive Adderall use. I did not have a prescription, and I was literally getting it from a drug dealer. In that environment, frequent alcohol and drug use was normal. And without barely consciously noticing, I slid into deeper levels of alcohol and drug abuse. By the end of my career in Hollywood nightclub business, I was smoking marijuana and taking Adderall during all waking hours. Literally, I would wake up, start smoking pot, take an Adderall, and I would smoke all freaking day. I'd smoke before I went and worked out. I'd smoke after I work out. I'd smoke before and during hikes that I went on. And then I was working in nightclubs pretty much 7 days a week. And every time I was in a nightclub, I would be drinking. And even in my free time, I would also, it would revolve completely around drugs and alcohol. So I'd go to the movies and I'd drink before the movies. I'd bring a flask into the movies and drink during the movies, in addition to getting high before I went into the movies on marijuana. So by the end of my career in the Hollywood nightclub business, I was literally severely addicted to drugs and alcohol. In order to reboot my life, I went back to Stanford University to find the next thing, with a secret dream of becoming a part of a Stanford startup. So before I went back to Stanford, I thought back in my life and I was like, what is the best environment that I've ever been into? And it was easy for me to recognize that the best, most empowering environment up until that point in my life that I'd ever been in was during my time at Stanford, because I was surrounded with people that were incredibly intelligent, you know, many of them much, much smarter than me. And they also were up to really good things in the world. They had really good hearts, and it was just an environment that I thrived in. And I knew if I could get back there, I could reset my life and I could find friends that would help me build or rebuild a much healthier lifestyle. So Stanford University in Silicon Valley were and arguably still are the capital of technology startups. Sure enough, when I went back, an opportunity presented itself and I became the founding team member of a Stanford startup, which is my company, Garten. Fortunately, the founder and CEO was living the super sober life, and this played a massive role in my journey to sobriety. So having the right role models, like having, you know, he ended up becoming one of my best friends, still is one of my best friends. Shout out to Michael. Having people around you who are modeling healthy lifestyle habits is really, really important. Literally, there's that quote that says that you are the average of the 5 to 10 people that you spend the most time and energy with. So within about a year or two into this entrepreneurial journey, I recognized that many of the people who made the most money in tech were the top enterprise salespeople who could easily earn over $500,000 per year. So with the help of mentors and coaches, so this is a way that you can pay to get the right role models in your life, is to hire coaches who are experts at something that you want to master. So you can get friends and mentors that are positive role models, and you can also strategically, proactively hire coaches who are doing what you want to do and modeling the lifestyle and the behavior that you want to embody in order to get to the next level of your life. So with the help of my mentors and my coaches, I became the top salesperson at my tech-empowered startup and broke into the highest income brackets. I was also in an environment that supported my newfound sobriety. Later, I would start hanging out offline and online with fitness coaches and those in the financial independence space. Eventually, I joined an online mastermind group for coaches, and I started working with a 7-figure online fitness coach. So it's no surprise that I ended up becoming an online fitness and money coach, easily doing over 6 figures in my first year of coaching, while still working at Garden and hosting a weekly podcast. So the key takeaway here is that you want to strategically position yourself to be in both offline, in-person environments and online environments with positive role models that will support your dreams, goals, and the lifestyle habits that you want to embody. So this is critical. If you want to change your life, change the environments, both offline and online, that you are hanging out in, and strategically get the right role models to achieve the goals and build the life that you want to build. So you can get both mentors, friends, and you can hire coaches. So coaching freaking changed my life. Speaking of being in the right environment with the right role models, let's talk about my fitness, money, and life coaching program, Fit Rich Life Coaching. A lot of people think that just because they're not living in a city or a geographical area that supports their goals and dreams, they can't live their dream life. The internet has changed this. Now you can proactively get yourself into online environments with the right role models that will empower you to rapidly build your best life, master your body, and achieve true financial success. So coaching changed my life. Dead serious. I spent 20 years trying to get abs and a muscular physique. I tried literally everything. And about 20 years into trying to figure out on my own, I thought I just didn't have the right genes. Then I decided, as a last ditch effort, I would try working with an online fitness coach who already had the physique I wanted and had helped other people get a physique I would be proud to embody. After only 6 months of working with an online fitness coach, I got the abs, I got the muscular physique, and heck, I even started posting shirtless photos online. Turns out my genes weren't the problem, I was. And all it took was a few months of guidance from someone who had what I wanted. It turned out to be one of the best investments of my life. My only regret is that I waited until around age 32 or 31 to get an online fitness coach. If I'd started getting fitness coaching from someone who had the body I wanted in my 20s, I would have saved myself from 10 years of frustration and extreme dissatisfaction with my body. A couple years later, I repeated the same thing with my money because my money situation was a total dumpster fire. No joke. I was 6 years behind on my taxes. I'd racked up a ton of credit card debt. I had unpaid school loans, and my money was causing me massive amounts of stress. And I felt so ashamed, especially considering that, I went to Stanford. I should be so successful. So this was at age 35. I started working with money and career coaches, and I joined a money mastermind. And I went from $80,000 in debt to a millionaire in just 2 years. And then I became a multi-millionaire by year 3. This is the power of coaching. You get both the accountability to take the actions, they're small actions done every day, over multiple weeks and months that lead to massive transformations, because this is the difference between professional accountability and getting accountability from a friend. When you have your money on the line, you've paid someone to hold you accountable and provide you a strategy and tips and tools and techniques to 10x your speed, you're gonna do the fucking work. But if it's just your friend or family member holding you accountable, you're gonna make excuses. Trust me, I know, because this was me. I did this for most of my life. So, at age 40, I decided to get coaching and join a mastermind to bring my two biggest dreams alive. Those dreams were to have my own podcast, the one you're listening to right now, and to have my own fitness and money coaching program. So with the support, I launched my podcast within 4 months of getting a coach. So I'd spent 10 years dreaming about a podcast and kept making fucking excuses, tried to use like friends and family to hold me accountable, didn't work. Finally paid for coaching to get my podcast launched, and literally within 4 months, I got it up and launched, and I'm now at episode 65. So this is the power of professional accountability. And so I did the same thing with my fitness and money coaching program. So it's been profitable since month one. As I mentioned earlier, I did 6 figures easily in my first year of online coaching. So even better to me, honestly, is the deep heart and meaning I feel from acting as a guide and catalyst for the transformation of others' fitness, money, and life, both through my podcast and through my coaching. So my coaching team and I have empowered Fit Rich Life members to get the body of their dreams, break free from debt, increase their earning power, get jobs they love, start their own businesses, become investors, attain whole new levels of fitness and health, and actually start living a life they truly love. Now, not at some distant point in the future. So Fit Rich Life Coaching is a done with you program where we give you all the tools and teach you all the skills you need to build your own fit rich life that you absolutely love. And we provide the support and accountability to get you there in a few months instead of a few years or a few decades, or not in this lifetime. So stop trying to do it on your own. I literally thought prior to all of this that like it doesn't count if you don't do it on your own. That is fucking bullshit. Every super fucking successful person has, like, all the most successful people in the world literally have coaches, if not like an entire coaching team. Like LeBron James spends $1 million a year on coaching. This is in addition to the coaching that he gets by playing on a professional basketball team. He literally takes $1 million of his own dollars and invests it in additional coaching. The highest performing entrepreneurs, successful business men and women, they do the same thing. So, stop trying to do it on your own. We're all meant to do this work together. That's what held me back. And when I finally got the support I needed and deserved, then everything transformed so much faster, literally 10 times faster. And I had so much more fun. So if you're ready to finally get the body of your dreams, master your money, and do work you love, and start living a life worth truly living, go to fitrichlifecom/coaching to book your free consultation with me today. You can also just shoot me a DM on Instagram at Justin Dave Carl and message me the word coaching to find out if the program would be a good fit for you. All right, Fit Rich fam, that is it for this episode. Remember to sign up for my free newsletter at fitrichlifecom/newsletter to get weekly tips, tools, and strategies to elevate your fitness, money, and life to the next level. And please take 30 seconds to leave a 5-star review on Apple and Spotify. Your support empowers me to keep making free, empowering content and reach more people, and it would mean the world to me to have your 5-star review. Or if you prefer your podcast entertainment on YouTube, I've gone to full video production, and I would be honored if you would subscribe to my channel and leave a thumbs up. Now, in closing, take one nugget from this podcast and put it into action today or this week. Nothing changes unless you do. Taking new inspired action is what will empower you to proactively design and truly live your own fit, rich life. Thanks for tuning in. If you found the episode to be valuable, please send it to a friend. Send you tons of positive energy and plenty of dragon magic. Yeehaw!